Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Cat's Anime Corner. You never thought this day was coming, did you? Neither did I, to be honest with you. I did not, under any circumstances, think that I would be able to record a new episode. Um, I mean, you follow me on the blog and you see that I have trouble even doing that. And so, finally, I am able to upload a new episode. And I'm trying a new technique. We'll see if it works. Just let me know how you feel about this new technique. And let's get started. So, last time I discussed my favorite things about, I believe I talked a lot about Naruto and Bleach because at the time that was what I was really into because the manga for both were updating every week, and then you had the episodes because the English dub of Bleach was still airing at the time, and I was up to date on Naruto, which I'm not anymore, sadly, because I don't know, I'm not a big fan of this new arc, but I'll get into more of that later, probably after a while. So this week, I say this week, like it's only been a week since I did the last episode. Let's talk about Kuroko. So, if you follow me on Instagram or on my Facebook page, you definitely know that I am a huge Kuroko fan. Well, with Kuroko, you've got the completed manga, you've got the anime, which is in its final season, and you've got the new manga series, which is just starting out, because I believe there's only 3 chapters currently. But for the most part, I have been in love with this show since the beginning. The thing is that I hate sports. I am not a sports person at all. I played some sports when I was younger. Like in elementary school, we had to play sports during PE. Never liked it. I always tried to get out of it, but it didn't help that my gym teacher was friends with my dad, so I could never actually get out of it because if I tried, he'd tell on me to my dad, and yeah, that's never good. But for the most part, I was not a sports person. I like sports recreationally, but I am not a hey, let's do team sports. I'm not a team player. I never have been. I still am not. So, I mean, it's not very surprising because with my personality and my disorders that I have, I don't do well working with other people. Which is why it's so weird that I am a good employee at my jobs, because both jobs that I have currently outside of being a blogger is a job that requires me to be a team player, and I don't know, I just think I put myself in a different mindset and try and force my way into it, and that probably is also a reason why my anxiety has been really bad lately, is because I am exerting myself extra with those. But anyways, back to the point. I went off tangent. We're not here to talk about my jobs. Well, with Kuroko, I don't know. There's just something so compelling about the show. The music is absolutely brilliant. I have never heard something more, amazing than the music that they have. The opening credits by Grand Rodeo, then you've got Old Codex singing one of the end credit songs, and you have Kensho Ono singing an end credit song, and then you have him singing an opening credit, and it's just, it's so, like, refreshing listening to the music, because I've been in love with Grand Rodeo, as I said once on the blog, since I watched Carnival for the first time. Because Carnival had the opening credit. I'm blanking on what the title was, but it was by Grand Rodeo, and it had a circusy feel, because that's what the show was about circus, a agency that specializes in this really cool, like, fantasy type stuff. Well, in Kuroko, Grand Rodeo songs just grasp the feel of Kuroko's journey from being a shadow on Teiko to being an all-star in Seiren. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a really, like, good combination between the music and the show itself. And then for the show, it's got such great characters. The characters are so, like, well-rounded, and everyone has their own story. Everyone has their own personality. You don't really have many flat characters in the show. Yeah, you've got all the coaches and stuff like that, but even the coaches aren't entirely flat, because a lot of the coaches have their own backstory, and it comes out in little pieces. But it's just, there's just something about the show that is just, I don't know, I can't exactly explain it. And it's one of those things where you have to watch it. It's just like watching Free. It's another sports show. Yeah, it's about swimming, and the guys are shirtless, like, all the time. But you've got the races. You've got the well-rounded characters. You've got the good music. You've got the drama. You've got the comedy. It's just a combination of things that just draws you in. And for Kuroko, it's something that was translated perfectly from the manga to the anime. And I don't know, I'm sad to see that this is going to be the last season until, hoping, crossing my fingers, they animate Extra Game. Because Extra Game is the new manga series for the Kuroko franchise, which goes into what's happening after the end of the Winter Cup. And I'm not going to spoil it for those who haven't read the manga, because the final game is playing out right now between Seiren and Rakuzan, and I don't want to spoil how it ends. But in Extra Game, it's kind of like they come together. All the Generation of Miracles, members from all the different teams, are all coming together to play street basketball. And it is so cool, because street basketball is a different world from competitive basketball. Because there are different rules, different regulations, and you start to see that. And for players like Aomine and Kagami, this is their world. This is the world that they grew up in. Kagami and Himuro, they grew up in street basketball. They had this world that, was completely different from competitive basketball. And I don't know, it's just something that is so cool to see. That you've got this, plus the team names for the street teams are really cool, because if you know anything about Alice in Wonderland, then you'll love the team names because they are directly from the Alice in Wonderland world. The team from America who comes to Japan is named Team Jabberwocky, and the team that's created from the Generation of Miracles is called Team Vorpal Swords, and it's just so amazing. Plus, to see the friendships like rekindled between everybody, because there's a scene that happens in the second episode where Kuroko goes to meet Team Jabberwocky and just kind of introduce himself and kind of get a feel for what is to be expected and give them a feel for what's to be expected when the one guy loses his temper and starts to go after Kuroko. Well, everybody steps up, and then, like, you've got Aomine and Kagami who are just, like, raring to go. They just want to beat the crap out of this guy. And then you've got Akashi, who is, you know, Akashi, because he sits and he's, like, kind of threatening because that's just how he is. And he shows that he really cares because the promise that you learn about in the past arc kind of, was completed at the end of the Winter Cup. And so with them now being friends again, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a different feel, and you grow to love the characters even more. And I'd like to see that become part of the anime because I think that they just, it'd work for them. It'd be exactly what everybody's looking for. Oops. I did not mean to do that. Sorry about that. Anyways, so what I'm trying to say is that this show is just brilliant, and as you saw in a couple posts ago when I had my little sister go through and list the characters, she had a hard time just pinning it down to just 25. She wanted to go throughout the entire thing. And she's only seen the first 2 seasons of the show. She's just started season 3. And so it's just, there's so many characters. There's just, it's just a wonderful franchise that I think it'd do well here in the U.S. because, well, I mean, basketball is not a top sport. It is one of our big sports here because we have basketball, we have hockey, we have football, we have soccer, but soccer's bigger over in Europe and Mexico and South America. It's bigger elsewhere than it is in the United States. So we have our 3 big sports, which are our basketball, our soccer, our football, and our hockey. And I think it would do well here. Unfortunately, I just don't foresee that happening because I believe they have in the past tried to do sports animes here. I mean, they're dubbing free, but like I said, it's more of a fan service show for the girls. And not saying that Kuroko is not a fan service show because, I mean, like, how many times do we get to see Kagami, walk around almost naked? Or, like, the freaking bathhouse scene where they are all taking a bath and everyone's, like, naked with the exception of Kagami, who's wearing shorts. But I don't know, it's just, I think that it would do well here because so far the reception that I've seen from the American viewers on Crunchyroll has been wonderful, and everyone loves it. So it'll be interesting to see if any of the American networks over here, like Funimation, Sentai, Aniplex, if any of those guys are willing to pick it up, because it would be awesome if they did, and I'd love to be able to see this show make it even bigger than it already is, because I mean, they have so much material to work with. They've already got 2 completed seasons that they can, dub and stuff like that, and it'd be actually interesting to see who everybody would want to play all the different characters, because they are such developed characters in the Japanese anime that people probably do already have ideas of who they'd like to see. And with a show like this, I think it'd be awesome if this was one where we could help, like, cast it, like, say, oh yeah, we'd like to see so and so play, like, Kuroko. So, like, having, I don't know, just throwing a name out there. Let's see, it'd have to be somebody who can do the whole, like shy guy. So, like, if it was, I don't know, it's kind of hard to decide, because in my mind, I've gone for almost 3 seasons now where it's been Kensho Ono, and so it's kind of hard in my mind to actually see somebody else in that role. And I think it'd have to be somebody who's not quite as big a name as, like, because, like, you can't have somebody like Johnny Bosch um, or like Bryce Papenbrook or somebody like that. You can't have them play the main characters, because it'd be, I don't know, they have too powerful of voices. It'd have to be somebody a lot quieter, somebody who can play a quieter character. But, like, if it was Funimation, you could have somebody like Ian Sinclair, Josh Greeley, Joel McDonald, somebody like those guys playing any of the main characters. Um, Even, hell, I think even Clifford Chapin would be a good guy for probably, like, Kuroko, or like I was gonna say Himuro, but no, not Himuro. That would be somebody like, I don't know, probably somebody along the lines of, like, Bryce Papenbrook, or like, oh man, what's his name? Or like Eric Vale. God, that'd be awesome. Have Eric Vale and have everybody, all the big names, just show up in it. But at the same time, it'd be like, well, no, I actually want somebody who can voice the character and be true to the character, as true as you can. Um, so, like, have, like, um, and don't do, like, the stereotypical casting. But I think it'd be awesome to see a dub. It really would. And I think there would be enough American backing for it. Hell, I would, if I had the money, I would buy as many copies so that we could make sure that we're getting multiple seasons of dub here. But that's the issue, is that I feel like they don't feel like there's that fan base here. And I think we just all need to start a petition, be like, we want to see Kuroko. But it's just, it's just something where it's like, it's something to hope for in the future. But I mean, for now, the best we can do is just watch it on Crunchyroll and hope and pray and cross our fingers that they do an additional season with the extra game arc that they are just starting in Japan. But I wouldn't see that coming out for like another like year or so, because I mean, like I said, it's only 3 chapters in, and it'll be a while before you even see it. It'll be like a year, 2 years, something like that. But as far as, like, I think they need to, like, jump back on the bandwagon for this, like, type of series, because it is such a good series that they need to bring something out again. Like, I actually would love to see, like, a third season of Free, like, them in college and stuff like that, and um, Rin and Haru getting to the Olympics. That would be awesome to see, because, I mean, that was what we were left with, was the idea that they actually did get farther, because we got to see a glimpse of the future. We got to see Rin and Haru and Mako. I call him Mako-chan, even though his name's Makoto. But I call him Mako-chan because, I mean, come on, Nagisa, guys, Nagisa. But Makoto and Haru are in Tokyo now in school, and it's something that I think we need as kind of like a closure type thing, is to see them reach this goal, because that was the whole point of Eternal Summer, was Haru deciding whether or not he wanted a future in swimming, and he decided, yeah, that's what I want. I want to try and go up against Rin in swimming in the future. And if they actually do make it to the Olympics, that would be something that would be amazing to watch, would be their journey to reaching the Olympics. Because there could be so much more of a story there. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think there should be an additional Free season while we're still waiting for Kuroko? Or do you think there should be another series that should come out? Tell me your ideas. I'm kind of curious, because I want to know what the hell's gonna take this place, because, I mean, we have unlimited fantasy animes out there. We have unlimited romance animes out there. I'd like to see another good sports anime that gets everybody excited, because, yeah, you have, like, all the little ones, so you have all the baseball ones, you have all the other, like, I think you have all the other, like, little tiny basketball ones. I know there were some soccer ones, but I don't think any of the series had as big of an impact on the sports community as Kuroko and Free did, because it appealed to multiple different audiences, because Kuroko has the sports element, plus it has the hot guy element. Same with Free. Has the sports element, has the hot guy element. And I don't know. I think that we need another show similar to both of those. And I would like to see what it's going to be. I have no idea, since, like I said, sports isn't really my thing. But, actually, I know which show needs another season. Haikyuu. Haikyuu needs another season. That's the show that should come back. Haikyuu, because I love that show. It was so funny, and just the artistic styling of the characters was so different than anything else that I've ever seen, that I love it, and I want to see another one of it. So that is going to be it for this episode. I want you guys to let me know what you think. I want your opinion, and we can definitely discuss it. And then we can go from there. And I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do next, but I would love to know what your guys' opinions are. Also, let me know if you liked this version of the podcast better than the original one. So, that is all for today. I will see you guys at some other point. Keep reading the blog, and we'll chat later. I have to go to work and be an adult. So, bye now.